We were just a couple of bounces away from some very, very miserable Florida Panthers fans. I say this because the Golden Knights looked, for most of the third at least, like they were going to leave with an insurmountable 3-0 series lead. And that would have meant Florida had the very real possibility of playing 2 Stanley Cup final series and not securing a single win. And had I made that video, the story surely would have been Florida's anemic power play. They went over 5 this game with 5 power plays. They only managed 23 shots throughout the game. That, let me be clear, is bad, but when you consider that Florida throughout the series now is 0 for 12, where the Golden Knights are 6 for 17, well, that's really not great. Things also got scary with the Panthers lineup continuing to take bruises. Obviously, Radko Gudas took that big hit last game. He did play tonight, but both Montour and Tkachuk would leave the game, come back, leave again, before both would finally check themselves back in for good. Hit on Tkachuk received a lot of attention, of course, because of his MVP caliber play, and it was also kind of ironic given the statement that he made about everyone being a target for hits when they come across the ice not looking. Tkachuk takes just a massive shot, completely clean, not even incidental head contact. I actually thought he might have injured the arm that hits the ice just based on how he landed. People were saying he should go into concussion protocol, but why? He was struggling to skate, but I'm guessing it was more pain than anything head related. Unless the whiplash could have caused a concussion, I don't really know. I'm not a doctor, so I'll leave that possibility open. Either way, he would return, and after a game where, again, Florida just very tepid, the crowd in this one not even really engaged, especially with Vegas getting 2 goals on the power play. The first one, a Mark Stone tip. This guy does absolutely everything, leading the playoffs in takeaways. That's a cool stat the announcer threw out I wasn't aware of. The second, Eichel with some beautiful play along the boards and the seeing eye cross ice pass. Anyway, it didn't look good for the Cats, but they did pull their goalie with over 2 minutes left, and who would tie it up but the woodchuck. I don't know if he's playing injured now or hurt, and there is a key difference, but after returning, I gotta say he didn't seem himself. However, he scored a very Matthew Tkachuk goal, fighting for net front presence and batting home the rebound. I thought Vegas was firmly in control going into the end of this game, so I was pretty surprised. But that's exactly why the stats guys say the earlier you pull your goalie, the better. Anyway, to end the third, there was a fairly controversial tripping call. I actually thought it was complete nonsense until I saw this replay angle specifically. I believe it was Barkov kicks his foot out, probably to try to hit the puck, and he takes the player down. Unfortunately, I don't think this is covered by the accidental trips rule. It's still a very tough call, especially from the early angles, given it's the last minutes of the third period after Florida just got some momentum. But you have to consider that Stevenson was cutting in on a play which looked like it was leading to a Vegas 2-on-1. So maybe if this isn't a less dangerous part of the ice, you don't call it, but I think in this situation, the call is certainly understandable. Vegas, however, would not be able to capitalize, and it would be the Cats who continue their unbeaten overtime streak, with Verhaeghe popping one in from past the circles. That was a bit of a seeing eye shot. Adin Hill probably still wants that one back, but I gotta say, both goalies had great games. Bobrovsky, nice bounce back for him. His teammates were definitely very pleased, and Florida has life. There's a light year of difference between being down 3-1 and the series being 2-1. So I'm curious to see how things shape up going into game 4, but let me know what you think of this one. Is Vegas going to blow it again, or is this just a temporary setback? Your thoughts down below.